Hello and welcome to The Fix. Today we're going to have a look at this Corsa D 1.2 2009 model. It's displaying an engine management light. So let's go and check out what the problem is. I'm going to plug in my extension lead of the OBD into the port. The port on this car is just under here in the middle. Why I have to use the extension lead? Because the diagnostics dongle is a bit too wide. And I just plug this in here. That's it, that's plugged in. I plug in the dongle onto the extension lead. That's all plugged in. Right, I'm going to start the car up now. And as you can see, engine management light is on over there. So now we're just going to do a diagnostics check on it to see what the actual fault is. Okay, we've come up with the fault codes P0141. Description is O2 sensor heater circuit malfunction, bank 1 sensor 2. Okay, and we got the other fault codes. They're the same thing basically. Now what it is, this car's got one bank, but it's got two sensors, one pre-cat and one post-cat. The sensor 2 is post-cat, so that's what we're going to have to look into now, if there's an actual fault with the sensor or the circuit. I've jacked up the car now so we could get to the post-cat sensor. I'm going to show you where the pre-cat sensor is. This is sensor number 1 just here on top of the near the manifold. And now I'm going to have to go underneath to get to sensor number 2. Right, sensor number 2 is, if you could see, just over here. That's the plug for it, and there's the actual sensor. Unplug it from the tap. Okay, that's unplugged now. Now we've got 4 wires on here. 2 of the wires, which are white, they're usually the heater circuit. So we're just going to do some tests on it with a meter. Right, I'm just going to put my probes in here onto the 2 white wires. Don't want to put them in too much so you spread the pins and it won't make a good contact. So just put them in there lightly so they're touching. Usually it's better to back probe it. Okay, I've got that on there. I think 23 ohms. So I think there's a fault with this sensor. So it should be 9 or 10 ohms. It's showing about 23, 24 ohms. Okay, now because the heater circuit on the lambda sensor is 22 ohms, that's way too much. So that means that the sensor is faulty. It could go up to 10 ohms, which is all right. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take the sensor out. Because of the location of the sensor, I don't need to get sensor sockets. So I could just use this 22mm open end spanner. That's it. That's all done. Luckily it wasn't too tight. I'll take that one off. Okay. That old sensor is out now. As you can see, if I connect up the 2 white wires on our new sensor, you can see it's 8.2 ohms, 8.3 ohms. So this is the new sensor. It just proves that the other sensor is no good because it was reading 22 ohms. So I'm going to just put this back on the car now. I'll just screw this back on here. Okay. Just tighten this up. So that's tight enough, and then plug the sensor back into the plug. Sensors all plugged back in. Now we could go and test it. I'm going to start up the car now. Well, engine management light's still on, so let's see if we could delete it. Yes, I've just cleared the fault code, and now the engine management light is gone. So what I'll do is I'll recycle the ignition switch a few times, start it up again. See, the engine management light's gone off again. Let me just read the fault codes again. It's still got a fault saying O2 sensor heater circuit malfunction, bank 1, center 2 present. So let me actually try and delete that again. Yep, so it's deleted it now. And let me read it again. It's come back again. So we're going to have to check out if there's another problem with it, or it's not plugged in properly. I'm going to go down there and try and plug it in a bit more. Okay, what it was, the plug wasn't in all the way. Because it was a new part, some reason it wouldn't push in all the way. So I've just pushed it in all the way. Now, if you could see on the dash, there's no engine management lights on. Okay, and we were still getting the fault though. But now if we read the fault code, no fault. And if I cycle the ignition a few times, start it up, all the lights go off, and then we read it again, and it's coming up as no fault code. So now our fault of the O2 sensor is cured. It was the heater circuit on it that had high ohms. It had 22 ohms, and for it to be alright, it could have been up to 10 ohms and it would have been okay. But now we replaced it, the fault is gone. So if you like the video and you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel and also click the bell icon so you could get all my future videos of the fix. Thank you.